What's up, guys? Welcome to This Week in the NFL, Week 6. It is our Week 6 preview. We are not in the regular studio as it is fall break for Ohio State students, so the building is not open. But with that being said, we have our most picks that are different in a week so far. We have 7 games that we picked differently. So he picked Houston, I picked Kansas City, he picked Tennessee, I picked Denver, he picked the Chargers, I picked the Steelers. He picked Carolina, I picked Tampa Bay. He picked Philly, I picked Minnesota. He picked Atlanta, I picked Arizona. He picked Arizona, I picked Atlanta, and then he picked San Francisco, and I picked LA. So, I mean, seven's kind of a lot, but how are you feeling about them?
Honestly, I'm feeling pretty good. I think a couple of these games could go either way. But I'm feeling pretty confident about my picks.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about a couple. Like, I'm feeling good about Kansas City versus Houston, and I'm feeling pretty good about Atlanta versus Arizona. But other than that, I really could see a lot of them going either way.
Yeah, I agree.
And I mean, the Steelers, I don't really think they'll beat the Chargers, but I can still see it happening just because. But,
Yeah.
but with that being said, one of my games of the week is that Texans Chiefs game. You obviously have the Texans, I have the Chiefs, but I just think that Patrick Mahomes has had a couple down weeks, and down weeks is relative. Obviously,
Right.
he's
Yeah, down
obviously
for him.
he still has been pretty good to very good, but yeah, I'm just thinking he's gonna kind of they're at home again, and I'm thinking he just kind of throws all over the Texans.
I can definitely see it. I mean, he's bound to have another one of his regular games. He's just due to have one.
Yeah, and especially like the Texans may have beat the Falcons last week, but they let Matt Ryan throw for so many yards and they scored
Yeah.
35 points. It's not like if there is a weakness in the Texans, it's definitely the back end.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I definitely think Kansas City gets the dub. I'm not sure if it'll be a close game or if they'll kind of beat them a little.
hang on a
You know
little
what I
bit,
mean?
yeah.
I'm not really sure.
I think that'll depend on how Deshaun Watson plays, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
So one of my games, I have the Packers and the Lions. This is the Lions' first game against an NFC North opponent, so I'm really curious to see how they'll fare up against their division rivals. Lions are coming off a bye week. They've been a surprise team for me. I think I picked them to get like 4-12 or something like that. So I'm completely surprised with the start they're off to. I'll just be curious. I think this is Monday night, so I'll be really curious to see how they do on the road in Lambeau.
Yeah, big game for the Lions. Obviously, coming off the bye is nice for them. Yeah, they're about to surpass the win total that we both set for them in like 3 weeks or so. So yeah, Lions definitely a big surprise team, big test for them. My other game of the week is also involves a surprise team, and that's the Niners. We got Niners versus Rams. This is a huge game for both teams because if the Niners win, they're 5-0. They're in the top of their division. Everyone's probably saying, "Oh, are the 49ers legitimate contenders?" And that also leaves the Rams at 3-3 in third place in their division with a loss to Seattle and San Francisco already.
Yeah.
So this is a huge game for LA, because that's a hole already. You know what I mean? Yeah, and you don't want to be in a hole like that.
And both those teams are no slouches either.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. The West is loaded. This year, especially with San Francisco playing as good as they have been playing.
Oh yeah,
but I think they're kind of due for a letdown. You know what I mean? Because coming off that huge primetime win where they just destroyed the Browns. Just destroyed them. And I just think this is the kind of game that great coaches don't lose. And I think Sean McVay is on his way to being one of those great coaches. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My other game of the week is actually kind of funny. It's the Redskins and the Dolphins.
Great game.
Yeah. This game I kind of chose just because one of these teams has to win.
Yeah, I mean this is low key. It's almost a game of the week because they almost want to lose.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
it's like race for the number one pick.
Exactly. I'm gonna be curious to see how the Redskins look without Jay Gruden. I think I read somewhere, too, that I think zoo tickets in Miami are more than this game right now.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
Zoo tickets.
So if you're not doing anything on Sunday in Miami...
Yeah, for $15 you can take the fam to
right.
a game.
But, no, I mean... Someone's got to win. Something's
Yeah,
got to give.
yeah. I mean, I hope this is the kind of game where there's 5 picks, but on the picks the DBs are like fumbling it back to the offense. Where you're just watching and you're like, what are we watching?
This is awful.
It probably won't actually be that comically bad.
I would hope not. I would really hope not.
Yeah, definitely be one that I'll be interested to see who wins.
Right.
But for my college game of the week, I'm going with number 7 Florida versus number 5 LSU. Obviously, Florida, we talked about them last week in Game of the Week because they played Auburn. They obviously ended up winning that,
Yep.
so to stay up in the top 10.
Yep.
So I already talked about the guys from Florida. Obviously, you got C.J. Henderson in them, but for LSU, this defense is pretty loaded. They got Grant Delpit, they got Christian Fulton. Both should be pretty high picks, and it's kind of the battle of the two schools that think they're DBU too.
Yeah, true.
I personally Ohio State's DBU,
I
but
agree.
yeah, that's might be a little biased, but
yeah.
regardless, I think they're DBU. But in this game, you see why they think they're or why they are close to DBU
Mhm.
because you got C.J. Henderson, you got Delpit, those are top 15, 20 picks right there,
Oh yeah.
secondary players. We talk about Joe Burrow kind of a lot on here, but I mean, it's hard not to.
Yeah,
the
he's balling.
dude's been balling.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Trask for Florida, he's came in and he's really like done a really good job actually.
Mhm.
Not maybe better than Felipe Franks, honestly.
He was not looking good at the beginning.
No, he really wasn't. So I think Trask is probably gonna take that job. For this game, I'm thinking LSU probably gets the win. I'm thinking they're a step above Florida and Auburn right now
I
still.
agree.
So
Mhm.
I'm going LSU. But I think Florida will definitely make it a game.
Oh yeah, for sure. I
Mhm.
would. My game I have is the Red River rivalry. Number 6 Oklahoma versus number 11 Texas. This is obviously one of the most premier college football rivalries in sports, and I'm really excited. Sam Ehlinger versus Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has been lighting up the scoreboard all season. I'm going to be really curious to see how both of these defenses play against each other because they both look much improved from the typical Big 12 defenses you usually see. So I'm just going to be curious to see how these QBs play. I think it's going to be a really good game.
No, yeah, and even like with the improved defenses, I still just know in the back of my mind it's going to be 38-35, 1 minute left, someone has a chance to go score. You know what I mean? It's just going to be whoever has the ball last.
I agree.
So, because, two explosive offenses. Jalen Hurts, I'm very curious to see if he keeps it going the whole year. Because he looks like a different quarterback.
Oh, completely different.
He does not look like the same player that he was at Alabama.
Lincoln Riley just looks like a genius right now.
Yeah. Lincoln Riley, that's the Redskins Dolphins is the Lincoln Riley Bowl too.
Yes.
They both would love to get him, but he's not going to the Redskins. Maybe the Dolphins, but the Redskins are just what a weird organization.
Yeah.
You already have a quarterback that some people don't want, some people do, and it's just a weird situation in Washington right now.
Glad I'm not a Redskins fan.
I agree. But for our total locks of the week, I don't think that the Cowboys are like an elite team by any means, but I do know that they beat bad teams. And they play a bad team this week, Cowboys versus Jets. I got the Cowboys at -7, which I actually really like. I mean, that is for them to win by, like, if the Cowboys won this game by 3, I would just kind of be like, wow, you guys only beat the Jets by 3. Like, I will be surprised if they don't win this by at least a touchdown.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, Zeke's been held under 100 yards the last 2 weeks, I think now.
Dang, that's pretty crazy.
So I think he's due to.
I think that streak will be broken this week.
Yes, I think it definitely can be.
I'm feeling pretty good about that one though.
One of my locks, I have Seattle -1.5 versus who are they playing this week? Cleveland, yeah. Which Cleveland hasn't been looking that good recently, and on the other end, Russell Wilson and the Seahawks have been looking very good. So I think that they'll be able to go into Cleveland and just honestly mop them.
Really?
I think they can kill them.
I mean,
I think the -1.5 is a little disrespectful.
-1.5 is a very small line for this game.
Yeah.
I was pretty surprised to see it not around like 3 or 4 at least.
Yeah.
Like a 3.5 line would feel kind of right for that, but 1.5. I mean, I'll probably take that too. I believe in Seattle.
I think that's an easy take.
Yeah. My other one, I wasn't able to bet on the line or against the Lions last week because they had a bye, but we're back.
Yeah.
Packers -4 Monday Night Football versus the Lions. I don't think the Lions are awful. I've already accepted that they're better than I thought they were going to be this year.
Yeah.
But I think that the Packers actually mopped the floor with Dallas last week. So that game was crazy. We already talked about that, but that was ridiculous. I think the Packers keep it going. As I said, it's Detroit's first real test. I mean, they played the Chiefs, which obviously is a real test, but this is like a division opponent. You both have similar records. Like, you know what I mean? These are the games that if you're going to make the playoffs, you have to
You have to win,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And it is in Green Bay, so obviously if they lose, it's they can beat Green Bay when they're home. But like
Yeah.
if they got this dub in Lambeau in prime
That would
time,
be huge.
well, yeah, that would be gigantic for the Lions.
My other lock that I have is New Orleans +1 against the Jags in Jacksonville, which I also think is a little disrespectful. I think Teddy Bridgewater played great last week, and I think he'll be able to continue it into this week as well.
Yeah, and like I mean, I'm a fan of the Jags. I've bet on them the past 2 weeks. I like Gardner Minshew. I like what he does, but for them to open as the favorites versus the Saints, I was very surprised.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would have liked this game as like a plus for Jacksonville, but we
Mhm.
ended up getting it as for the Saints, which
Yeah.
obviously that I'm feeling pretty good about that. Teddy hasn't lost yet as the Saints starter.
Nope.
Um,
And I'm big on Garner too. It's not that I'm like hating on him or anything.
Yeah.
It's just against the New Orleans defense, I don't know what he's gonna be able to do.
yeah, and is it in the dome and I think it's in Jacksonville.
No, it's in Jacksonville. Yeah.
But still, it's not like Jacksonville is like a
Right,
crazy
yeah,
home field
as an
advantage or
intimidating home
something.
crowd,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah. But Jacksonville fans might be mad.
Yeah, they
But
might be.
honestly, with that, guys, honestly, I kind of glossed over this and talking about the Packers Lions. It's -4, which I like, but I was just kind of talking about the Lions for a second there.
Yeah.
But -4 is -4 is honestly that's pretty nice to the Lions. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I would have expected it to open maybe a little higher.
Mhm.
So I'm a pretty big fan of -4 for that game too.
Oh yeah.
But with that, guys, I think that's going to be our show. Week 6 going to be a great week. I mean, this has some games I'm excited about. You know
I was,
what I mean?
I was gonna
Like,
say after last week, there's a lot better matchups. This
yeah,
week.
like I'm actually excited to watch Mahomes versus Watson. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even mention, but that's their first meeting
Yeah.
of their careers. So
Oh really?
yeah, because they played in 2017, but Alex Smith was the quarterback still.
Oh okay.
Yeah, they played their rookie years. But so first matchup of that, it's just gonna be a great week.
It is.
So with that, guys, we'll see you back on next week with the recap. But other than that, see you guys later.
See it.